Hi everybody. Today we discuss again an important vitamin, that is vitamin A. Vitamin A. So vitamin A is a fat soluble vitamin. And it occurs in three forms, or there are three forms that are important chemically, that is retinol, and retinoic acid. Vitamin A can be important as a short note, a long note, and it has MCQs as MCQ point of view. Now let's see the proper vitamin A. Vitamin A, the most active retinoid is all trans retinol. So the most active retinoid is all trans retinol. It is the most active, is the most trans retinol. Now how the different forms of vitamin A or the retinoic acid are formed. We'll see that retinol, it's a reversible reaction to form retinal, but this is a irreversible reaction to form retinoic acid. Okay. Biochemically it is a beta ion ring with isoprenoid unit. The sources, as we all know, all that is red in color or all that is orange in color will have vitamin A, but we divide it into animal source and plant source. So in animal source we have milk, egg, cheese, liver. Milk, egg, cheese, liver, and the most important, that is cod, halibut, liver oil. Plant source we have carrot. They have beta carotene. Now in plants we have beta carotene. It's not direct retinol or retinoic acid. Carrot, mango, pumpkin, and green leafy vegetables. Now as I told that in plants we have beta carotene. So the beta carotene has to be converted to retinol because the most active form is all trans retinol. We have seen that retinol and retinoic acid, these are the three forms. Retinol and retinol can be interconverted to each other, but retinol forms retinoic acid only. Biochemically, it is a beta ion ring with isoprenoid unit. Animal source: milk, egg, cheese, liver, cod, halibut, liver oil. This cod, halibut, liver oil is important. In plants, it is present in carrot, mango, pumpkin, green leafy vegetables. All yellow, orange, red, plus a green leafy vegetable. But in plants it is present in the beta carotene form, and there has to be some reaction which will change this carotene to retinol, and this is catalyzed by 15 prime dioxygenase. 15 prime dioxygenase. So till here the biochemistry of vitamin A is simple, clear. Now as we know that vitamin A is a fat soluble vitamin, so it would be transported to the liver, and it is where, now let's see the absorption of vitamin A. Diet with absorption and transport. Absorption of fat soluble vitamin. In diet, mostly vitamin A is taken in the form of retinyl esters. esters. Okay, esters. Now we want retinol from this retinol esters. So pancreas will secrete enzymes, that is pancreatic carboxyester hydrolase, and this will form retinol plus free fatty acid. Now we have got retinol. This retinol is re-esterified and finally transported to liver. Retinol plus free fatty acids are re-esterified. These are re-esterified and transported and stored in the liver. Mostly they are stored in the ito cells of the liver. Till here the absorption is clear. Retinol esters, we get this in the diet. We don't eat retinol, we eat retinol esters. So we need to make it as retinol. So retinol esters will be broken down by pancreatic carboxyester hydrolase enzymes, retinol plus free fatty acids. So this is again re-esterified, transported and stored in the ito cells of the liver. Now what happens in the liver cells? In the liver cells it is bound with a protein, that is retinol binding protein. It is bound with retinol binding protein, and then through this means that vitamin A in liver cells gets bound to the retinol binding protein. Then this complex of vitamin A and retinol binding protein will go to the target tissue. And act on this point is mostly for the PG students, that it acts on the target tissue through nuclear receptors. And there are two types of nuclear receptors, that is RAR and RXR. Okay, RAR and RXR. So absorption, the diet in the retinol esters, it will be broken down by pancreatic carboxyester hydrolase to form retinol and free fatty acid. This is re-esterified. This is stored and transported in the liver, the ito cells of the liver. In the liver cells, the vitamin A, the retinol or the re-esterified form is bound with the retinol binding protein, and then it acts, then this complex of the re-esterified form and retinol binding protein will act on the target tissue through two nuclear receptors, that is RAR and RXR. So this is the absorption and transport of vitamin A. We have discussed the chemistry, that is beta ion and ring plus isoprenoid unit, the sources and the absorption. Now coming to function. It has important functions, that is it is in the visual cycle. Second, cell proliferation. Visual cycle, cell proliferation. Third, reproduction. I have written this in one line because it is this is by all three different forms of retinol, and retinoic acid. So visual cycle, we have both. We have retinol and retinal. In cell proliferation and differentiation, we have retinoic acid. And in reproduction, we have retinal. This means that retinol and retinal will be helping in visual cycle, retinoic acid will be helping in cell proliferation and differentiation, and retinal will finally help in the reproduction. So these are the most important functions of vitamin A: visual cycle, cell proliferation, differentiation, reproduction. Fourth is embryogenesis embryogenesis and organ development. Embryogenesis and organ development. Embryogenesis and organ development. So we have seen the function, that is in visual cycle: cell proliferation, reproduction, embryogenesis and organ development. Now keeping this in mind, we'll see the deficiency. If there is deficiency of vitamin A, what will happen? Because it is an important part of visual cycle, so the manifestations will first be, we'll see visually. So first is nyctalopia. Nyctalopia or night blindness. Nyctalopia or night blindness. Second is conjunctival xerosis. Conjunctival xerosis. Third is Bitot spots. These are all eye related. Third is Bitot spot. Fourth is corneal xerosis. Corneal xerosis. Fifth is keratomalacia. Keratomalacia. And final, the last one is anterior staphyloma. Anterior staphyloma. Anterior staphyloma. So these are the important points visually: nyctalopia, conjunctival xerosis, Bitot spots, corneal xerosis and keratomalacia. So this function, according to this function, visual cycle, if there is deficiency, the vision is affected, especially of the child, leading to night blindness, conjunctival xerosis, Bitot spots, corneal xerosis. In severe cases, it leads to keratomalacia and anterior staphyloma. Okay. The second could be phrenoderma. Phrenoderma, as the name is, it is derma. This means it is skin related. Phreno means something related to the frog. Phreno. So it is called as a toad skin also. Toad skin. Basically, the skin becomes very different or very thick and dry in texture, and therefore in vitamin A deficiency, the skin is also not proper. It can lead to phrenoderma. So these are the two deficiencies. One is all related to the visual cycle. The second is related to the skin, that is phrenoderma. Now coming to the recommended dietary allowance. Vitamin A is important, not properly taken in diet, and if it is not properly taken in diet, it causes much harm because it affects the vision. In India, it is very common that there is vitamin A deficiency and children suffer from night blindness. Recommended dietary allowance in adult male, it is 750 to 1000 microgram per day. In adult female, it is 750 microgram per day. And in pediatric population, it is 600 microgram per day. Now we have discussed the source, the recommended dietary allowance, the biochemical function, the biochemistry. Now let's see if there is toxicity of vitamin A, because nowadays vitamin A is has toxicity also because it is given for various skin related disorders. Sometimes it is taken as over the top medicine, and therefore there could be toxicity of vitamin A. The first is increased intracranial tension. Increased intracranial tension means the signs would be headache, irritability, headache, irritability, vomiting, drowsiness and anorexia. So this is the first form, increased intracranial tension. Sometimes it is also you can say that it leads to a pseudo tumor because it is causing increased intracranial tension. Okay, toxicity of vitamin A, it causes increased intracranial tension. This is a point of MCQ. In adults, the requirement is 750 to 1000 microgram. Even if you remember the figure of 750 microgram per day, it would be well enough, because everything is close to it. So vitamin A around 750 microgram. So this toxicity, we saw that it is increased intracranial tension. The other toxic features for increased other toxic features are: second, bony exostosis. Bony exostosis. And third, it is the peeling of skin. Too much of vitamin A causes peeling of skin also. Peeling of skin. This doesn't mean that the chemical peeling that people do to look better and beautiful. It is a bad peeling of skin which does more harm to you. Okay, that's all. And one more important thing in vitamin A, that is also an MCQ or a quiz related question. When I had a quiz, then I was asked this question: this ATRA, all trans retinoic acid, is used in the treatment of promyelocytic leukemia. Promyelocytic leukemia. Okay. So the therapeutic importance of vitamin A. Vitamin A is just not your theory question. It is our theory question, plus it has importance in preventing the night blindness of the children, and most important, it has a therapeutic application of the drug ATRA, which is important in the treatment of promyelocytic leukemia. Okay, that's all for vitamin A. Thank you so much.